So I'm going to use a watercolor pencil, and the reason why I'm using watercolor pencil, and this is Prisma, it's this particular pencils are made in Canada. I was debating between Derwent, which is made in UK. It's really good. I like this set, and Prisma. So I'm just gonna pick one, and I have more colors in the Prisma. But what that's going to give me, it's gonna give me a really nice outline. So I'm gonna push kind of hard to stay in, and I'm gonna make 2 J's on both sides. Now if you have smaller canvas, move it around to make it easy on your hand. But I'm doing 2 J's, and this one is going to be just a U shape, and this is going to be another U shape. And I'm going to gently add a little bit of a color here. The same, I'm going to do it right here. So this makes it really easy. And if you decide to take your pencils on the road, much easier than taking paint, because you can bring one of those water brushes, which is a little bit, and you can paint seriously on a train, on a plane, on whatever you are, in a car maybe, depending on the terrain. So I'm gonna add orange, kind of like mid bottom, and I'm gonna spread it out, and I'm gonna add just a little bit on the bottom wing right here, and then I'm gonna get a darker blue. It's like a violet blue, and this one was a peacock green or peacock blue. So I'm going to add it kind of in the center on both wings, and then my body is really rectangles or ovals, getting from bigger to smaller, decreasing the size as we go down, and doing something like this. I'm gonna do eyes, the little face and mouth, and this area I am not really going too crazy. And then I'm gonna just pick a brush, and I am going to pick not a big brush. This is size 4, and what we're gonna do is we're just going to get water, and I'll drop the water, and I'll activate my paint. So that's super easy to do, and activate that paint. Wash my brush a little bit, and just with the clean water I'm going to bring it into the paint or into the pencil marks, and then activate the other side. So I kind of did almost like dry on wet, but then I made a certain area of my canvas a little bit wet, and I pushed the color in that section. I'm gonna do this thing here too. And if it's not absolutely even and the same on both sides, don't worry about it. It's watercolor. You can make it really abstract, like right here, it's all the colors are kind of merging into each other. And then I'll show you a little trick, something that I do. Let's clean this area a little bit. It got muddy, and you can do that. So if you're traveling with your set, what you need is a brush, a little bit of water, a napkin, and pretty much that's it, and paper. And I'm gonna go down onto this area, and I'm going to activate this and push it around. I'm trying not to touch the blue, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clean my brush, and I'll approach it from outside with a clean brush so I don't muddy it. And okay, so this pretty much is our dragonfly with pencils. Now what else can we do with the pencil? We can do a little bit lines, and we can do it when it's still wet, because what's going to happen is it's going to activate the pencil, but I'm barely touching the surface, and I'm gonna do a few little lines. Throwing my pencil around. Few little lines. So this is our super elementary easy dragonfly, and little by little there is one that it's more seriously. This is triangles for wings. This is a little bit more shape on that one. This is the easiest thing doing pencil, and a lot of time when I'm working with pencil, what I do is I'll dip my pencil into the water, which ruins the pencil a little bit because it can crack the wood, and I'll just add a little more paint where I want it, but it doesn't look so much like a pencil mark, because when I add the water here, it just becomes almost like a watercolory, like I'm painting with a block of watercolor. It's kind of cool. And I'm gonna add this thing here, and again I'm gonna take the brush and play around until I like it. So we are going to add a little bit of a shadow to make it more three-dimensional. But these colors are really nice together. So that is going to be the shadow. So I'm gonna run my pencil, black pencil, barely touching the surface, and kind of scratching zigzaggedy under the wings, not touching the wings at all. And then this thing here, and that will be my shadow. And again, clean brush, and I'll run it. So the difference between painting with a pencil and paint, I feel like I'm totally a painting with the paint. It's so much easier for me, but that just gives you another different look in a way, and it's leaving a little lines here, which is interesting, so you might like that. And I'm gonna create tiny little area for the legs, but this is it. So I'm gonna leave it here, and little by little we're going to get to this point. And here I have, I don't know if you can see, I have shimmery paint. It's so cool. It's iridescent. So what I'm using is, you're gonna find out in my next video, but for now this is going to be for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, don't forget to subscribe. And sorry about that technical difficulties in the beginning. We'll figure that out. We'll smooth that out. But don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell. And we will see you next Monday live at 1 p.m. Pacific